Hi, today is the 1st of February, 2020, and I'm just doing an extra look, a quick mini read while I can, because my home is in chaos, on Shelby Peterson-Tinaza. Now, before when I did the first reading on her, I didn't have the name exactly right, and I got it from a source that I thought was pretty good, and I think they may have had a spelling error. So I do apologize that I didn't get her last name spelled correctly. I've corrected it. And I thought, gee, that last name is a bit different. It stood out to me, and I just thought, well, okay. But I've corrected it. Now, part of the reason that I'm doing another quick read on Shelby is because I'm just concerned. My last reading on her had her looking just, very apathetic. There's a lethargy, there's a lack of interest, and not able to really come and go. There's no sense of excitement or freedom. There's just kind of waiting, kind of a feeling of that, and a sense that, to recap, someone's coming in. So, sorry, you will hear someone coming in. Just a minute. Okay, trying again. Reading on Shelby Peterson-Tinaza. I got a correction on her name when I looked up, when I Googled her again just a moment ago before I started trying to film this. I have people trying to come in my front door and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. So my husband's on his way home. I'm not worried. I'm just irritated. So I'm armed. Anyway, I have been trying to do this reading for 2 days. And yesterday and today I've had constantly people in my face. You'd think being on bed rest that I would, be bored or like have nobody bothering me, but no such luck. Anyway, back to Shelby. Sometimes I like to look back and check in on people that I've read on, because circumstances can change, and it's a good thing to do. Energy can be fluid. So I wanted to look back at her again, and she's just so young, and it just was bothering me. And I look at her again, and I'm getting a card again of her. I apologize for this potato camera with no autofocus. But when you poe, that's what you get. So I'm seeing that there's still this stillness. There is still this where she is not really able to move one way or another, and that worries me. I feel like she has been held kind of drugged up, in a kind of a drugged up state here, which is what I got before, where someone, it could be drugged, for their purposes that are oppressive and abusive. I feel that pretty strongly with her. I feel like she's, if this isn't substance induced, it's both, I think, emotional based and feeling someone may be giving her drugs, keeping her in a kind of a doped up, apathetic state. That is my concern. And it may be more than one individual. We get secrets involving an older, what I would say would be an older male, someone who is an authority, perhaps, could be seen as authority. Usually, pardon me, the emperor is an older, established individual. They might have a career that's, they've retired from, usually along those lines. It's also a father-type figure, the emperor, but there is some secret, something with this older male, and I'm not saying it's her father, but I'm saying it could be the male that she was, one of the men that is presently, I believe, controlling her. I believe she's being controlled, for sure. And I do worry about her state of well-being. I have to put this on pause because I'm being interrupted again. Sorry. Okay, I might have to put this back on pause. There's so many interruptions here today. I couldn't get the reading done last night, and I really am frankly pissed off with that. I just had people in my face all day. I'm on bed rest, and you'd think, right? You'd think. Okay? But no, I'm not isolated in some room somewhere. I'd love to be, frankly. I am like a captive audience to incessant responsibilities in this bed. It's making me crazy. So what I see here is, again, that sense of with Shelby. I'm sorry to recap. Again, I thought to look at and check in on her, long story short, because I did see that she just seemed so, the reading, I didn't get a lot of a sense of, I got a sense, like I said, that she was waiting and not happy, not in a way. And it was just, I like to go back in and check on people sometimes that I read about, because circumstances can change and energy changes and stuff goes on we don't know about, right? So I felt motivated to do that. And what I see is, I still see a stillness with her, and another 4. I get a lot of 4 of Cups with her. That comes back again, but with the devil. And my concern is someone's keeping her drugged up or has done so. Okay, I'm going to have to pause this. So again, this is the 1st of February, 2020. Probably the 10th take in trying to do a mini reading very quickly on Shelby Peterson-Tinaza. When I first did the first video that is up, I had the wrong spelling of her name, and I apologize for that. I've made the correction. I'm trying to make this very quick, but from time to time I do like to read back, check back with my cards, especially on people that have not turned up, that are missing. And the last check that I did on Shelby showed her rather in kind of a state of apathy. I didn't see or was given any sense of excitement or movement or freedom that she had, and she didn't seem to be very happy about it, but kind of a flat effect. I'm getting that again when I look at her. There are cards of other people around her, but there is just no activity with her. It is kind of flat. That Four of Swords is concerning to me. Okay. Especially because I feel like she is being fed some sort of intoxicant to keep her the way I saw her in the last and the first reading that I did on her, which is malleable, just kind of malleable, but neither here nor there. They're robotic. People are also submissive. They're not trying, they're biding their time. They're not happy with where they're at. And I feel like there is an oppressive atmosphere. This is not her free will anymore. So I really hope that she'll be okay, and I really hope that they find whoever she's with, and that they manage to get this girl before it's too late. And I'm just hoping that it isn't too late. I'm shown that there is something. I don't know if there is something that is being withheld by law enforcement, or if this is an established male, adult, older, that she is with. The Emperor would kind of indicate that, someone that's maybe even had a career and they've retired type of male, adult. The Emperor is usually an authority figure, and that's why I also have to consider it as being a law enforcement person. But I feel like this is somebody that's kind of, I don't know, maybe he's not in a very nice business. That's what I'm worried about, that she's being trafficked. I'm just going to come out and say it. I feel like she has maintained wanting her freedom and is looking, maybe waiting for a chance to get that again. That is what she has kept in mind. I still see her in this state of what I think is some kind of maybe a drug-induced state. There are maybe a couple other people that I think handle her potentially. I'm really concerned that she's being trafficked or used in that kind of a way by someone. Okay. And the drugged state is concerning to me. It's slowing her down. It's dulling her thought. Kind of, what would you call that? Chemical constraints, more or less away. And I want to look again to the future to see if she doesn't. So far, I'm not seeing it yet of her being found, but maybe this will be it, because then we get activity and we get clarity after there's again looking at independence, her independence. Maybe she'll find a way to get some kind of communication out. I don't know. There is something that is clear, though, and activity heats up. The Fool. She might be found. I really hope so. I'm hoping that this is her being found and in safe hands. I think she may be reunited back with her family, her extended family, her tribe. But I do worry for her, and I hope that they will keep looking and trying to find Shelby, because I do think she's under the control of an adult male.